Now they can break with Anderson. Got to be very careful. Friedhoff has got a lot of catching to do. Nestorovic, what are you doing, mate? Hello everyone, I'm Matthew, also known as SamuraiHex, and welcome back to another episode of the FM22 save, To Hero Journeyman save, with FC Rosengard and our manager Gennadish Bolodis. Now, if you have been enjoying the save, please give it a like, it really does help the channel out, and if you are new, subscribe for my FM22 content. I'll be making this until the very end of FM22's life cycle, and then we'll be going into FM23, probably with a beat save with Derby County for the third year in a row. Now, since last time we have played 5 games, and we are unbeaten in all of them. And let's get into what we did in those 5 games. We first thrashed Kristianstad 3-0. The original goal coming out of a corner, good header there. And second goal from a free kick, another header, another goal. And the third from another set piece, this time a penalty. Good win there. We then played Hasselholm and won 2-1. We first conceded at first with a good goal by them, good cross, good pass, good goal, which got us 1-0 down. We then, however, came back almost immediately, you could say, with Kasich Suleiman. We just completely owned the game after that, and yeah, we ended up getting the win in the 70th minute. Cross by Rosengard, and a goal there by Sachs. We then played Karlström and won 2-0. First off, a goal by Sakarovsky. Good goal there. And second off, we got a goal in the 55th minute. A pass by Cascaleo getting up to Sachs. Passes it past the goalkeeper almost. And we get a 2-0 win, which was a deserved win. We then had a disappointing game against Evslovs, who are currently in the relegation zone. We first got a goal in the 9th minute with Suleiman, and then conceded towards the end of the first half with a cross, a header and a goal. 1-1. We then played the IFK Berger, who are currently first in the table, and won 3-1. First goal with Jung getting a set piece, crossing it in, and a goal there. We then unfortunately conceded to make it 1-1. Bit of a lapse of concentration from Harleton. We then got a goal, another penalty with Suleiman getting the goal, making it 2-1. And then we got a third goal in the 38th minute. Bit of a deflection from the tackle, and Sakarovsky gets his goal to make it 3-1. And that has been all the games that have been played off camera. Now, in terms of the people that have been upgraded and decreased in potential and current ability, the first upgrade was Sakarovsky. He got his upgrade from last episode. Fortunately, Benjamin Nestorovic gets the decrease from last episode. Jonathan Eckendale gets the upgrade for in between the games. And Stefan Armchair gets the decrease in between the last few games, between episodes. We have had our youth intake. It wasn't much to do with, but we did sign a few players. Most of them are the 15, 16 year olds. They're not really good. Some of them were apparently 3.5 star potential ability, but now they've gone through the 2.5 star or 3 star. Overall, a disappointing youth intake day. Then increased people's contracts for another year. One such person was Ilher Tahiri, who unfortunately wanted a bit more money than he was kind of worth. He kept rejecting the offer because I was trying to get him down to £25. He's now eventually accepted £30, or we have actually. He really originally wanted 40, which is a bit less, getting it on 30, which I'm really happy with. He's a good player. Hopefully he can stay with us for the remainder of our career here at Rosengard. And then Matthias Osgon, whose contract ended up being expiring with Skilljabro at the end of the year. And then we've got Matthias Osgood, who's actually signed with us permanently at the end of his contract, and hopefully he can push up and really do well when he joins us permanently, like he has been doing on his loan. That's all that's been happening lately. Now we've got the game against Karlskrona, who are currently 4th in the league, Where are we, you ask? We are currently 7th. We have survived relegation. Yeah, we lost between the games. We just ended up winning loads of games. Ended up being undefeated, as you might have seen if you've been paying attention to this episode. And yeah, we were just done amazingly well. And we've survived relegation with quite a bit of distance, really. Hopefully now we can push on, win the last 2 remaining games of the season, and really do well next season with Rosengard. The team going into this game is Nesterov, Fridolf, Nilsson, Jung, Osgun, Ekendal, Keskelhera, Tahiri, Sachs, Suleiman, and Sakarovsky. And on the benches are Shafi, Harleton, Rosen, Hussein, Harvey, Rinadom, and Bajramonovic. Let's get into the game. I think we'll save, I wanted to pick up where you left off. Some motivation from Keskelhera. I think I'll leave it at that. Got a highlight here. So what can happen? Nothing so far. They've got the ball. Johnson on the ball. Can he cross it in for Carl Kona? He does. And it's a goal. Lundqvist scored to make it 1-0. Carl Skona. And it's Rosengard currently 1-0 down. Another highlight. 23rd minute. Suleiman. Can he cross it in? Can't really shoot from this angle. He passes it to Sachs. And it's took a deflection. And it's gone out for a corner. Which Jung will take. A set piece specialist. But the corner goes nowhere. Still got the ball though. But Tahiri's pass is poor. Got another highlight here. Tahiri, Ekendal, Sachs, Keskelhera. Playing some lovely passes. Sachs is open. Can he score? No, it's good saved by the goalkeeper Olsen. Now they can break. But it's the end of the highlight. Half time and not much has happened. I'll say show me something else in the second half because we have not been good enough. Now hopefully we can get the goal. We've got highlights faced straight away in the second half kick-off. Can it be our highlight and can we score for a bit? As Fridolf gives it to Ekendal. Opening space. Tahiri's free shoots. Over the top of the bar. Out for a goal kick. Another highlight, 49th minute. We left Lundqvist open then. A bit too much than I would have liked to have seen. That's Samola. Svensson. Back to Samola. Gives it to Gull. He's now on the wing, gives it to Smaller back on in the left back or whatever. Johnson. Andrew Johnson again, he's open and he scores. Pontus Johnson scores to make it 2-0. And this is why they are 4th. And we were in relegation zone when we joined. Fridolf with the throw in. Eventually gets it back, gives it to Keskelhera and who's now with Sachs. Sakarovsky all the way back to Nilsson. And Fridolf on the right back to Nilsson. Ekendal back to centre back at the deepest line player, Jung. That was with the next deepest line player, Nilsson. We've got to really push forward, I think. Sachs. Sullivan's open. Can he cross it in? He shoots. He shouldn't be shooting from that angle. Now, I think we'll be making our first sub of the game. I think we'll take Sakarovsky off. He's not been good enough. The same can come in for him. There's another highlight for Carl Skroner. Larson. Good header away by Jung. Now we can break with Sachs. He's not got the pace, but he manages to pass away his defender. And it's a shot by Tahiri. And it's 2-1. Now can we really push, get the equaliser, maybe even the winner? Who knows? I think we'll make our next sub. Sachs can come off for El Shafi. I think we'll also take off Nilsson in centre back for Harton. Don't want him getting second yellow card and off. 86th minute. And we've got a highlight with Jung. Can he get the equaliser? He shoots. It's just wide, unfortunately. And that could be that full time. Which it is. A 2-1 loss to Carl Skroner. And I don't think we played well at all. I will say I'm disappointing. That is a loss. First loss in about 6 games or 7 games. And yeah, This is why they're doing well and we aren't. Right, we are back for the final game of the season against Autism. Autism are in very near relegation. If they lose this game, they're relegated. If they draw it, they could stay up, but only by the relegation playoff. They got hope to win this game. They've got all to play for. We don't have anything to play for really, apart from pride. Not many changes for the game, if none at all, as we go straight into the game against Autism and see how we can do. We all say we're favourites for a reason. No one's reacted, so I'll say I have faith to make a difference and all that. I'll straight get into the game. By almost immediately, 4 seconds in, with Astrums. We've got to be careful here. Surrender's got the ball. Gives it to Gustafsson. Surrender. Fredge again. Gustafsson. We intercept it with Hiri. Now we can break. Sachs shoots and scores. His 8th goal of the season. I really want to bring him in full time, but he's asking for a lot of money. I've actually tried signing him, but he's like said he wants like £100 or whatever, how much it is, which I'm just not willing to pay for a player right now, especially with our small wage budget. But he does get his goal, and it could be his last goal for Rosengard. We've got a highlight. Oscar on the throw and gives it to Hiri. Kaskelhera to Hiri. Now it's with Sakrovsky. Just playing some nice football, trying to break them, make them have a mistake. Junk. Tahiri again shoots and scores. And that's us 2-0. And Astrums are in deep, deep trouble. And look like they're going down to the 5th tier of Swedish football. Another highlight in the 16th minute. We've got Jung on the ball, gives it on to the wing with Osgood. Tahiri a bit more in the centre. And then it's got with Sakrovsky. Sullivan. The shot is saved and eventually goes out for a corner with clearance by the defender. And the corner looks like it comes to nothing, but they can break away with Svensson. Good tackle by Ekendal. He's been doing that all game. All season, I mean. Another highlight. A header is picked up by what I read as Magikarp. But it's with Anderson, Magrilano I think it is, and the header by Ayungo is out for a goal kick. And the highlight immediately after that with Osgood gives it to Tahiri, Kaskelhera, Suleiman, Sachs, to Friedolf, all the way back to Nilsson. A bit more forward, Suleiman, Kaskelhera, Tahiri now. Sachs tries to pass it to Suleiman, but Suleiman doesn't even make the run. And now they can break with Anderson. Got to be very careful. Friedolf has got a lot of catching to do. Nestorovic, what are you doing, mate? It looked like he'd made an easy save, but then he just let go of it and it goes into the back of the net. What a mistake to make. Nestorovic. That is really, really poor. He's just not the greatest goalkeeper. And so far it looks like he's the one to get the worst rating and will be downgraded. Half time, 2-1. I'll say things are going well. No reaction from anyone, but I might as well just keep it like that. No way to overcomplicate things. I've got another highlight. Nilsson on the booking once again. Gets a lot of bookings, he does. Kaskelhera, Sachs, through Tahiri. Sakrovsky loses the ball. Now we've got to be careful with Jung. Taking his time. They weren't pressing, so that's kind of good. Tahiri. Ekendal. All the way back to Tahiri and now with Sachs. Tahiri's practically the playmaker. He just gets the ball. He wants to get into the action so much. And he does really well with the ball. As now we've got a highlight again with Osgun. And Suleiman scores. 3-1. Kind of messed up my words, but who cares? We're 3-1 up. And that looks like the game is signed, sealed and delivered. We've got another highlight though in the 60th minute. Fresh gives it to Heg, was it? Or Hog. And his shot is just wide. Still got to be careful. As Nestorovic picks up that ball. Gives it all the way to Jung. And then we can break, hopefully, and get a fourth goal, possibly. Sakarovsky to Tahiri. Could have passed it Osgood in the wing line, but he decided not to. Instead, it's all the way back to Nilsson, who decides to give it to Osgood. He gives it back to Tahiri. Sakarovsky goes all the way back to Jung. Now Jung still. Long lob. Sakarovsky's open, and he scores his possibly final ever goal with Rosengard. He's leaving at the end of the season. I couldn't do anything to persuade him to stay. When I joined, he was already leaving on a free transfer. No matter how many times I tried to offer him a contract, he said no. His mind was set, and he will be leaving, and that is possibly his final goal with Rosengard. As I think we will make probably all 3 changes. Unfortunately, Nestorovic is complacent. I'm not keen on that in a goalkeeper. Might look to replace him in the summer. Well, in the winter, actually. As Vindham can come on. Nielsen can come off for Harleton. And I think we'll also take off Sullivan. Put on El Shafi. All 3 subs done straight away. Actually, I think we have 5 subs, but I might do them later. We have got 5 subs as Bazramovic comes on. And next one can probably be Sachs, and then El Chef goes into the AMC, and Singh takes the striker position. That is all 5 subs done. 84th minute, a highlight, and there's big clearance, but we managed to head it, give it to Bazramovic. That's with Friedolf to Harleton, all the way back to Nestorovic. Headed by Bazramovic, and then Thierry's pass is kind of poor. Now they can break, possibly get a consolation with Olmerson, which is a good save by Nestorovic, who has not been good all game. The car is still going on. I don't know what will happen as we lose the ball under Torino. Or Torvio has a shot, and it's saved by Nestorovic. 93rd minute, we're coming up to the final game of the year fully, as both a defender and Nestorovic make a mistake, but thankfully it's offside. There's no consolation for Ashrams, who are going down. So sad to see for Ashrams, but we've really shown that we are good, and yeah, that is full time. Dressing room will say a very nice victory, well done. And in terms of the final league standings, we are in the top half. As you can see, Ashrams do go down. Final game of the season in Plisper Berlik, who looked like they were going to get relegated, but came around about towards the end of the last few games. Stay in, but only just on the relegation playoff. If they lose that, they are relegated. But I think that is that for this episode. I thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please give it a like. It does help the channel out. Subscribe for more than 22 content videos. And check out all the socials down below in the description. As well as such as Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, Ko-fi, all sorts. Anyway, I've been Matthew, also known as SamuraiHex. And I'll see you next time. Hex, signing out. Bye everybody.